Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show helps raise the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts, those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high performance engines bring into our lives. Because holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose, man. Today we're going to be talking about how to play to win this motherfucking year. Like, about how to stop drifting and really get intentional with your life so that you can create the results that you truly want, man. And think about it. As a man who wants to level up his life, this is really a crucial topic for you to fucking understand, right? Like, stop drifting away into the open sea with no direction. Set the course and be intentional with where you are fucking heading, right? So the key question really to ask yourself here is this, my friend. Are you playing to win this year, or are you just going to drift through it? My friend, know that you are not changing. Know that what you are not changing, you are choosing. I'm going to repeat that again because that one is a little deep. Know that what you are not changing, my brother, you are choosing. The consequences of drifting are fucking dangerous. But what is drifting anyway, right? One may ask. Drifting is living reactively rather than proactively. Like, for example, something that almost everyone does, and it's really a great comparison of a small drift that over time really becomes massive and fucking you up, is waking up and scrolling through your phone right away when you wake up and really having no plan for the day, having no plan for the week, having no plan for even the rest of the fucking year, right? You see, drifting is dangerous because it leads to unfulfilled potential, man. It leads to living with regret. Drifting leads to a waste of massive amounts of time. And time is the only commodity that once it's gone, we can't fucking get it back. So you want to do your best to avoid the autopilot effect, man. Like that phone example that we just covered. These are small, unintentional actions that compound into mediocre results when you put time over them. But when you're looking at them on a day-by-day basis, you're like, oh, it's not nothing much. It's maybe like 20 minutes here. And then when you add it all up, you're like, yo, what the fuck? I had 2 hours of screen time today, and then you extrapolate 2 times 7 days a week. That's 14 hours a week. Just an example. I don't know. Like, I'm sure a lot of us have way more screen time than that. The crazy part is that we don't notice the effects until we are so fucking far gone off the ledge, falling into the abyss, that making it way more challenging for us to really just regain control, right? Or think of it like this. Like, man, compare a man who fucking invests an hour every single day into learning something will make him a better provider in his career, or maybe dedicating an hour every single day into working on himself, or into fitness, or into doing some type of self-care activity, versus a man that just spends that same hour fucking binge watching TV, eating crappy food on the couch, just drifting away. After a year, who the fuck do you think will have increased value? And not only value, but increased self-worth? Of course, the one who goes to fucking work, right? It's up to you to decide to play to win, though. Like, because no matter how much that I motivate you here, no matter how much that I inspire here, no matter how much that I tell you that this is what you got to do, and you got to go do this and that and that and that, so that you can fucking do it and change your life. If you don't decide to take the uncomfortable action, my brother, nothing is going to fucking change in your life. And remember, what you are not changing, you are choosing. So let that shit sink in. Embrace the mindset shift. Really stop viewing life as something that just happens to you. Instead, own up to your outcomes. If you're not getting the results you want, look at your life and look at your habits and look at what you're doing. And then see, am I not getting the results that I want because I'm not really fucking putting in the work? Right? Yeah, you're having some obstacles. Good. Those are shit that are sent to make us stronger. All those obstacles are fucking helping you level up. They're building your character. They're seeing how bad you really want this shit. But if you don't set your direction, life will set it for you. So tighten up, King. Visualize your win for this year, bro. This is my goal with this episode here. I want you to fucking visualize some direction. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Think about that shit. Don't just drift away. Stop that drifting shit. Time is going to pass us no matter what. So might as well lock in on what you want. Like, I want you to imagine where you want to be in the next 12 months. This same time, next year, at the start of 2026, after an entire year has passed us, where do you want to be financially? Where do you want to be physically? Where do you want to be emotionally? Where do you want to be spiritually? Where do you want to be with your relationships? Where do you want to be with your fucking life come January 2026? Think about these questions, man, because they are way more important than you think they are. Just think about it. If you can't really, like, bro, I'm gonna put this as simple as we really can understand this. If you can't pinpoint with specificity where do you want to go in your life, then how the fuck are you gonna know what moves to make on a daily basis that will get you closer, or like most of us, drifting away, getting us farther away from the life that you really want to create for yourself? You're not. You're not going to go. You're not going to create it because you're just drifting. You ain't going closer to where you want to go, right? But if you never know where you want to go, how the fuck do you know where is it that you need to go? Right? So many of us are so quick to say, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, I know I don't want that, I know I don't want to end up like this, I don't want to. Okay, well, what do you want? Have you really sat down and thought about what you actually want? Everyone is so quick to say what they don't want, but what do you want? What outcomes do you want? Right? Pause me right now and write that shit down. I'll ask you again. Look, I'm gonna ask you again, so you don't even have to rewind this episode, right? What do you want in a year from now, right? Where do you want to be financially? In a year from now, where do you want to be physically? In a year from now, where do you want to be with your emotional state? In a year from now, where do you want to be with your spiritual being? In a year from now, where do you want to be with your relationships? Where do you want to be with your life come January 2026? Don't take for granted the power of intentionality, man. We're here to really just break down what intentional living looks like for you, my brother. A good way to really to look at this is by, man, setting some smart goals for yourself. I've said this plenty of episodes, and I'm going to say it again. Smart goals. Smart stands for meaning, right? Like smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. You want to set goals that are smart, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. For example, like, man, instead of saying, oh, I want to lose some weight this year. Like, bro, that's so fucking generic. You ain't gonna really get it. Technically, if you lose 1 pound, you hit the goal, right? But what about if you say, man, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds in 3 months by exercising 5 times a week and eating clean food, no sweets, right? You think that's way more specific? You know, that's definitely specific. It's definitely measurable. It's achievable. It's relevant, and it's time bound, right? You really want to just reverse engineer the success that you want. Start with the end in mind and then work backwards with your daily actions. Like, let's say that you want to save $12,000 this year, and I'm just using $12,000 as some simple numbers, right? $12,000, we take 12K and we divide it into 12 months, and it gives you $1,000 every month that you will need to save in order to hit your goal at the end of the year. If you want, let's say $12,000, it's going to be $1,000 a month, right? Well, if you get paid bi-weekly, or let's say if you get paid weekly, you're just going to divide the $1,000 that you need to stash away a month, divided by 4, and then that gives you the amount that you need to save every single paycheck. $250. It's not that bad when you're dividing it by 4, right? If you get paid bi-weekly, do it twice a month, and then you'll get the number, right? A little cheat code for those that don't that don't know this, and I didn't know this for a long time until I really started budgeting, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? I got 2 extra months. When you get paid bi-weekly, and you calculate your expenses based on, 2 pay periods every single month, you get paid twice a month. Well, there's going to be 2 pay periods in the entire year that they're going to come additional, meaning that there's 2 months within the year, 2 times rather, to say that you're going to get paid 3 times, right? So if you're calculating your expenses, if you budget yourself based on 2 times a month paycheck, then at the end of the year, due to how many weeks that we have in the year, you will have 2 extra times throughout the year that you have added to your savings amount. But if you don't make the task a non-negotiable, you're never going to achieve it. And it doesn't matter how many extra checks I tell you, but if you don't show up for yourself, you don't hold it a commitment to yourself, you don't say, I'm going to fucking do this no matter what, then you're never going to achieve it. It all comes from you, right? It has to be something that you hold yourself fucking accountable to, no matter what happens, right? So think about, where do you want to be a year from now, man? And then think about 2 to 3 habits that you really need to implement that will align you with what it is you're after. Think about that shit. Like, no more putting this aside. Where do you want to be a year from now, right? And then now we're working backwards, reverse engineering. What habits do you need to put into play in order to be at that place a year from now? Because the truth is, it's going to require you to evolve. It's going to require you to grow your capacity, and you need to grow the man that you are right now in order to achieve them. Because if you could achieve them, how you are right now, don't you think that you would have already earned them by now? Like, bro, we have to consistently evolve as men, grow as the leaders of our family, grow as the leaders of our work, of our peer group, of everything. Like, it's a fucking mindset. It's a way of life, right? Like, look at me, for example. Like, every morning I drink my green juice. I have non-negotiables, right? And I've been on this fucking mission. I drink my green juice, I meditate, I pray, I read the Bible, and then I study some reading material, typically a book, some type of personal development book, that's going to help me advance my life, right? And then if I'm doing good on time, also get a workout, right? If I'm not doing good on time, because reading took too long, whatever it might be, then what I do is I squeeze in the workout later in the day, but I never fucking miss, right? At the beginning, when I started this fucking routine, I didn't really feel like anything was really happening, right? And sometimes I was like, yo, why am I fucking doing this shit? Man, but I'm telling you right now, with over 200 plus fucking days into this, straight, never missing, bro, I can tell you with absolute certainty that my capacity and my capabilities are fucking expanding beyond what I thought was possible. And I'm only like 25% of the way in. Not even halfway in. Can you even imagine Randy fucking, woof, at 1,000+ days? And by then it's just gonna be like clockwork. I'm literally molding the man that I want to be by showing up every single day for myself. That's how committed I am. And you have to be committed too. You have to be able to embrace the commitment to the cause that you say that you want over any other type of commitment that's going to come up, because they will come up. Trust me when I tell you that you will have some fucking great excuses of why you should miss, of why today shouldn't be the day, of why you're going to play small, of why you're going to make another excuse. It's all going to fucking come up. We all become professional excuse makers, but that's when you have to see how bad you fucking want it. How bad is you're going to commit to showing up for yourself. This is why it's all about consistency over perfection. Because if you just fucking show up, even if you can't hit it 100% that day, but you still showed up, you continue the momentum, right? You carry it on. You stack the win that day, right? And we're here to make progress, not achieve perfection. When you hit progress and you stack win after win after win, every single day, it fucking compounds massively, right? Because small, consistent actions carried day in and day out lead to exponential growth over time. This 1% daily improvement compounds into massive transformation over a year, bro. You want to build yourself up, then start right now. Know that it's going to take some fucking hard work, but I promise you, I guarantee that it's going to be fucking worth it. What you want to do is you want to build yourself systems, not just I'll have this goal to do this. The goals can be vague, and targets are what a sniper goes after. And systems are something that you put into play so that it removes your emotions out of them, right? You see, systems matter because they ensure that you have repeatable success. Systems eliminate your decision fatigue. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to be tired, because there are the days, especially when you have fucking long days and you got so many things going on. That's when you really test your commitment. That's when you really test your resilience. But that's when you grow the most. But what I am saying is that when the moment comes and you want to bail and you don't want to show up for yourself that day, if you have a fucking system in place for what it is that you need to do, then all it comes down to saying is, yo, fuck these feelings. I'm going to show up for myself with the plan that I committed to executing no matter what. Then what happens is you fucking check off that daily non-negotiable task. And that becomes fuel for you to keep going. Because you're like, yo, I got another day in. I got another day in. I'm really literally stacking win after win, day after day, no matter what else happens. If you show up for yourself with your daily non-negotiables, yo, you're gonna fucking grow. You're gonna evolve. You're gonna start feeling on fucking fire. And this time next year could be completely fucking different for you. So let me ask you this. If this were your last year, would you live it differently? Right? Would you live with pure intention, or would you just continue to drift away? All right, then, that's what I thought. So identify one area in your life where you know that you are fucking drifting and not commit to taking intentional action on that shit today, my brother. Your life is a result of your decisions. Make the decision to play to win this fucking year. The clock is ticking, no more. And those results that you are after, those results that you want, they are within fucking reach. But let's get to fucking work. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground, and I'm calling all the motorsport enthusiasts who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the crap that's been holding us back, and let's become the badass motherfuckers that we're all meant to be. Breaking the stereotype is exactly what we're here to do. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others level up is the mission that God has tasked us with. Join me on this journey while we empower people to do more and to be more. And if you still haven't subscribed yet, man, go ahead and smash that button so you never miss another episode. If you vibed with today's message, if you resonated with today's message, if it hit you in some type of way because you know that these are the moves that you need to fucking do, man, go ahead and please share this on your story. Make sure that you tag me because those are the actions that help more gearheads to really hear and see about this podcast. And ultimately, that's how our community grows. Catch up with you on the next episode. But till then, live your life wide open, my friend. Peace.